Join me. Together we can rule the galaxy far and sun.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Hello there, Space Wizards, Plastic Spacemen, and Rebel Princesses. This is Todd Hoffman and Trent Hoffman, and you're listening to Big T and Little T, a Star Wars podcast. Welcome to episode 172. We are going to be talking about episode 10 and 11, Infiltration, Point of No Return of Season 3 of Bad Batch. That's right, we got a double header today because, you know, one episode's not enough. We need two to talk about brother. So that is what is going to happen today. Trent will be joining me in a little bit for a quick review, but first let's just kind of get caught up on the weekend. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope everybody's ready for the clips. Hope everybody's like eyes don't melt and you're not blind and all that fun stuff. But yeah, there's the clips coming on today, which is kind of fun and kind of crazy, but hope you enjoy that. Enjoy it safely, and hopefully we won't see the Death Star come down and all that fun stuff. But man, we had a great weekend, jam-packed weekend. The biggest thing, man, Wrestlemania 40. Holy cow. Talking about a double episode. We got a 2-night card here, and so basically 14 matches in all, seven on Saturday and 7 on Sunday. This took place in Philly at the Lincoln Financial Field. Big, man, this was big. I mean, you always say this, and I always love kind of wrestling things. It's it's bigger than better than ever, and usually that is pretty true because every year brings a different flavor. I mean, the big thing last year was Cody against Roman, and Cody should have won it. Got cheated, if you will, and that's how it goes. And so, really, this has been a year build for the big main event. But so essentially, what we had was a lot of good stuff, man. I mean, a lot of good matches, which is great. But yeah, it was jam packed. But this story overall has been pretty darn good. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, there was a lot of matches. Okay, so here we go. So it opened up with a banger. We got Rhea Ripley against Becky Lynch, and Rhea took it. This was really cool. So Rhea is the women's world champion. Then we had the 6-pack tag team ladder match, which essentially for the WWE tag team champions. Yeah, so this was like a bunch of different people in here, and really super fun. At the end, it was Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Am I saying that right? Maybe. A-Town, Under. Is that what they're called? It's a dumb name. But the Awesome Truth, The Miz and R-Truth. R-Truth finally got a belt, which was awesome. That was super, super cool. We had a tag team match, father against son. So we had Rey Mysterio and Andre versus Escobar and Dominic. And yeah, this was super, super cool. Rey and Andrea beat them. And then we had the brother match, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Jey taking out Jimmy. Trent and I love this one. This was great. Then we had the 6-woman tag team match. Bianca Belair, Jade, Naomi versus Damage Control. And the team of Bianca, Jade, and Naomi took it. Then we had Sami Zayn versus Gunther. We had an over and under bet going on. How many knife edge chops? I would think we ended around 12 or 15. There was a lot of knife edge chops, and that's basically like a open hand or against the chest of the opponent. and it usually makes a big noise, and you get welts. And Sami Zayn actually took out Gunther. Gunther was having a pretty big run. So really here, the main event for the final match was the Bloodline, which was The Rock and Roman Reigns, with Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. This was a tag team match. This one was solid. This is coming in about 44 minutes. This was a big match, and yeah, Rock and Roman took it to Cody Rhodes and Seth and made it happen. It was crazy. That was a big event. So what that meant is that the championship was kind of family bloodline rules, if you will, which was pretty much like if Rhodes and Rollins would have won, then the bloodline would have been barred from ringside. But in the flip, it's kind of like cheat code. The bloodline gets to do whatever they want. So night 2, right off the bat, you got Drew McIntyre taking on Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Champion. This came in about 10 minutes or so, and Drew took out Seth. Seth was a little banged up from the night before, and then he got into a CM Punk. CM Punk was a ring announcer for a special ring announcer. Now Drew took out CM Punk at the Royal Rumble. He got an injury, and so the beef there is that Drew basically ruined CM Punk's WrestleMania debut back into the company. And so there was this whole little bit at the end where he went on the announcer table and basically was showing it to CM Punk. CM Punk had enough, basically swiped the leg and then used his like arm brace to knock out Drew. And then Damian Priest with the Money in the Bank cash in. I think he's almost had that a year, maybe even more. And he took out Drew about 9 seconds. And now Damian Priest is the World Heavyweight Champion, which is pretty cool. 6-man tag, Philly Street Style. We got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus Final Testament. This was a pretty decent match. Bubby Bray Dudley was a special guest referee. He's from ECW land, so he's got a little roots in Philly, and they got some tables out and did their thing, and it was great. This one did not like the finish, but whatever. LA Knight defeats AJ Styles. I'm a big AJ Styles fan, and took it out. And then Logan Paul with I Show Speed as his special Prime mascot or whatever. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. Trent and I were cheering for Randy. We really wanted Randy. We both like, actually all three are amazing. Logan Paul is legit, and he takes out both of these and wins. Logan Paul wins against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Bayley versus Io Sky. Man, the crowd was lit for this one. They were super cheering for Bayley, and Bayley does take the women's championship from Io Sky. They were friends, blah blah blah. And then the main event, night 2, Cody and Roman going at it one more time with bloodline rules. Gosh, there was I don't know what to tell you, man. There was just so much going on in this match. But yeah, it was insane. If you haven't seen it or you haven't seen it on socials, go check it out. But everybody showed up to help Cody out here. You got the Usos coming in, Jay and Jimmy doing a thing, going over the table. You got whatever the other guy is came in and gave him like a little thumb thing. But yeah, so it was crazy. So another bloodline guy come in, helped Roman out, and then Cena comes in. Cena cleans house, gets out. Then Rock comes in, and Rock and Cena have a moment. Then Rock takes out Cena. Then you have Undertaker showing up, taking out The Rock. And finally, after all that kind of wild mess, Cody does a couple Cody cutters on Roman, pins him fair and square in the ring. New champion. What a moment, man. It was insane. It was super cool to see Cody's family and just the reaction of the crowd. It was honestly one of the coolest matches. You got the good family vibe and the real wrestling vibe as far as winning the championship. But I mean, hats out to Roman, the head of the table. Basically 1,360-day reign as Universal Champion. He defended the belt 4 times at WrestleMania. So pretty substantial run for Roman. I mean, it's impressive that he basically had that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Also, Solo. That was it. Solo came in with the Samoan Spike, but then we had Shield music, and Seth came in his old Shield gear, but Roman actually took out Seth, and oh man, there was a lot going on, man. It was crazy. We were crying. It was awesome. Such a cool and fun moment at WrestleMania. So yeah, great doubleheader. Really, really cool to see that all go down, man. So not only was that emotionally heavy, but basically going into this episode's, man, Bad Batch Season 3, Infiltration. Wow. This is it's pretty heavy. I can't even believe this is going on right now because it's getting really, really, what's the word I'm looking? We're getting to that kind of Rogue One part where it's like, things bad are going to happen. You just don't know when it's going to happen. And that's what's going on here. So, Infiltration was the, Infiltration is essentially, the Batch reunites with an ally in need. So they basically, no, am I looking at the wrong one? Hold on. Hold on. Did I goof here? Yes, I goofed. No. Identity Crisis, not Infiltration. Oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I clicked on the wrong thing. I was like, no, Infiltration is like something different here. But it is Identity Crisis and Point of No Return. Sorry about that. Oh boy, goofed, but that's okay. This is podcasting. It's all good. All right, so Identity Crisis. So again, Identity Crisis and Point of No Return. I mean, these things deliver, man. This is a super heavy episode, and can't deny that this really was tough to watch because in the 10th episode, this 10th and 11th, so they both debuted on April 3rd. And essentially, Emerie confronts the dark secrets behind Hemlock's scientific research is the official description. And essentially, Emerie, again, is a clone that we know, but this is about, we have a mouse kind of species. I think they're called a Tarlafar. And we have like a force-sensitive baby. Then she kind of demonstrates a little bit on the baby demonstrates a little force power, like pushes things because he wants a little fruit or something, and kind of puts the word out. And Qualish essentially gets the call into the bounty hunter to come, like, hey, I got a kid. So essentially, Emerie wants to be part of Hemlock's new research, and he's going to put her in charge of Project Necromancer, essentially kind of taking Nala C's spot, who was the Camino. Nala C is still in captivity at the base, but now we get to see that they're doing this testing of force-sensitive children. And so we get an Itaki, a Maryland, and a Pentoran. They're all different species and they're doing this thing. And then we have our boy Cad Bane coming back with Toto 360 and essentially grabs the child, the Tarlafar, and grabs him. And then we have one of the kids named Jax, I believe, tries to escape, doesn't work out so good, and then he gets locked in captivity. Now let's say Carr visits LSA and says, "Hey, how did you do this?" And it's like, "Hey, this is not, you know, she did what she could. That this is not what you want to do, and they have no choice in the matter. And you have to protect Omega." Carr says she's powerless to do anything, and LSA asked her to consider. We get a little Tarkin shout out. Tarkin's like, "Hemlock, what is going on? You're spending all our Imperial cash," and Hemlock's like, "I got it," So we have that, and then we have Carr and Scorch from our video games day there. Scorch is one of the Republic Commandos from Republic Commando game way back in the day. And so they go and pick up the child, and there is Bane, and it proves that everything's right. They compare the blood sample with Omega, and so she basically does the blood test, all that fun stuff. But yes, this baby is force sensitive, and Emerie's like, "Hey, Bane, do you do this often?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm keep on bringing these kids." It's like, oh boy. And so we have that, and essentially though, Emerie takes Omega's Tuca doll and gives it to Eva, one of the captive kids, and that's how this one ends. Tough one, man. This one is a tough one. Okay, point of no return, right into it. This is the 11th episode. Again, doubleheader. April 3rd, this was released. The official description is the Empire closes in on the Bad Batch. So we have... this is all over the place, man. We have... essentially, we have a little espionage where we have one of the clone assassins. I believe he's CX2. We got Fee doing a little... he gets in her ship. She's kind of refueling, gets in her ship, understands where the coordinates at, drops the coordinates to where they're at, and now Bad Batch is like, we got to get out of here based on what we saw from Asajj last week. They're still on Pabu, and they're loading up supplies. CX2 shows up, gets the jump on them, and essentially Wrecker saves Gonki, but the ship is destroyed. The Marauder is done. Boom. Kind of like Mando and the why am I blanking on Mando ship? Mando ship. Oh my gosh, my brain is not thinking. What is the Mandalorian ship? Mandalorian ship is the Razor Crest. Oh my gosh, Razor Crest. There we go. So the Razor Crest gets exploded, but now the Marauder is destroyed, and now they are pinned as a Venator class Star Destroyer shows up. We got some Republic gunships coming in, the LAAT gunships, and CX2 leading the charge, and we have clone commandos and TK stormtroopers, and doing the shock and awe kind of type thing where they're on the hunt, shaking down each home. We saw a little bit this in Rise of Skywalker, as well as in Rogue One, where we have a high Imperial and First Order presence, and so they're on the run. Omega and Crosshair are separated from the rest of the group, and essentially they have the Pabu's mare or something in there, and it's just like, okay, here we go. We got to get out of here. And so Omega says, there's nowhere to run. I have to get the heat off of you guys. Let me basically go, and then you can put a tracker on her ship. And so that was Omega's decision. But then Crosshair is kind of apprehended by some stormtroopers, and And then it's crazy, and he can't get the homing beacon onto the ship, and Omega did it for nothing, and then the ship jumps into hyperspace. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was crazy. Well, I'm going to stop talking about this, and let's see what Big T and Little T here, my little friend Trent, has to say about this. Here we go. Wow, guys. Big T, Little T, that was super heavy double episode.
Yep.
What do you think, Trent?
Really emotional.
The first one had like prisoners of kids and shit, and the clone girl was like, I want to be in charge of necromancer, and Hemlock's like, sure, and they were like little kids, man.
Really?
It was heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically testing them for more M count, and then there's like a fur baby, that little furry guy. He was so cute.
I know.
And then Cad Bane shows up and takes him.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, punk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I knew it was Cad Bane. Had the little.
Does Boba Fett have that too?
Yes, that's Boba Fett and Cad Bane have the little spurs. It's like spurs. That's old. That's an old Western trope there, my friend.
What's with the? Why does it make the? Is it what's with?
Okay, so on cowboy boots they have these spurs on the back, and there was for horses, but like it's just like an old Western thing. Like you come in slow from and you have the old walk, and Boba Fett had it, and
Cad
Bane has it. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So really, the first episode essentially establishes like the testing kids and trying to continue to find this M count thing, but they still feel Hemlock feels Omega's the same or the key, and then we got a little Tarkin. Tarkin's like, hey, why are you spending my money? He's like, you better show up with this necromancer stuff. So we got a little Tarkin thing, and yeah, that one was really heavy. But Emerie, the clone girl, she gave Omega's little stuffy. I mean, the stuffies are everywhere, man. We got stuffy power everywhere. So she gave that kid the stuffy.
Yep.
And then the second one, Point of No Return. Oh my gosh.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's too much. It's too much. Good, but bad. But I do want the music is so good. The Kiner Bros, Kiner whatever, they're so good. It's so awesome. Kind of Stranger Things, Blade Runner, and Daft Punk and Star Wars. It's great. So heavy. This one was heavy. Not like awesome, but like you could just tell that the Empire's like means business and stuff. So right. Hey guys, how many days till C2E2?
23.
23 days.
And
we can't wait. And counting. We can't wait. So, yeah. So there you go. Quick review. Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy.
Really heavy.
Not like heavy metal, but like heavy, man.
Yeah, really heavy.
All right. We'll be talking to you shortly. Bye.
Bye.
All right. As you can tell, Little T, this is some heavy sauce, man. Heavy sauce. Another thing happened this week too is you have Tales of the Empire. We got Morgan Elsbeth and Baris Offrey, little story and connection, little peanut butter and jelly. We got the jelly here connecting some spots as far as Baris after the Clone Wars, and then Morgan Elsbeth. Not quite sure I understand. She's angry because the Empire blew up her stuff, but then she's going to work for the Empire. Not really sure about that. That's kind of how I got into the trailer, but the trailer is dope. Check it out. That's going to drop May 4th, which is awesome. As of this recording, we're 18 days away from C2E2, and we would love to see you there. We're working on some cards with Rebel Base card. He's got us a new business card that looks fantastic. We'll be debuting that at C2E2, and we're super excited for that. So there you go. 2 episodes, Point of No Return, and Identity Crisis is there. So check that out. I hope you guys are enjoying Bad Batch. We don't know where the season going. Let's take a look, little preview what next week's title is. Let's see. It is Juggernaut. That's going to debut April 10th, so check that out. That's going to be super, super cool. But yeah, super heavy episodes these 2 weeks, or this last week. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So light it all up. What do you think of this 2-part episode? Give us your thoughts. What was your favorite part? Email us at bigtlittlepodcast@gmail.com, and we love to send you some swag or some new stickers as well for C2E2, so we're going to debut that as well, but we love to send you some swag and get some fresh stickers going your way. Okay. Hey, thanks again, Space Wizards and Plastic Spacemen and Rebel Princesses, for listening to another official episode 172 in the books, Big T and Little T, a Star Wars podcast. You can catch us out on the socials, Big T, Little T Podcast on Instagram, BLILT Podcast on Twitter, and twitch.tv/Big T, Little T. Hey, like I said, we got stickers for you, so comment, tweet, rate us on Apple Podcasts, give it a 5-star review on Spotify, and you can email us at bigtlittlepodcast@gmail.com. If you want to drop us a question or give us a rating, we love to send you stickers your way, brother. Next time, a little bit more Bad Batch. Here we go. Now remember, truly wonderful the mind of the child is, and may the force be with you always. Bye. Cody. He did it. Finish the story. Bye.
Dad, look at the droid selling queso.
It's not polite to talk about others like that.
It's okay, kids. What are the chances he's gonna hear us?
It's high. It's very high. Don't worry. You can make up for your embarrassment by procuring some of my queso. It has flavor.
Only K2's Mucho Queso is made from a blend of Bantha and Thala siren milks.
Here, ingest this.
Ew, it stinks.
I could say the same for you.
What?
This is so good.
Congratulations. Your taste buds are being rescued.
Daddy, let's buy it.
Your behavior, young lady, is continually unexpected.
Rebels will love the home-style meltiness of K2's Mucho Queso. The Empire? Well, Marva said it best.
Let's get going, kids.
Try K2's Mucho Queso. You'll love it. Cassian said you had to.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Yeah, I should have known from the very beginning. From what you said. Yeah, when the mega powers were formed. Yeah, what you were out for from the very beginning. Yeah, you were after what was mine. I remember what you said.
You can destroy the Emperor. Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Yeah, that one was rough. Those words right there. Yeah, I got stuck, yeah, but I swallowed it anyway. Didn't like the taste, but I swallowed it anyway, yeah. But I remember the time when there was a conquistador out of the ring. The one that's so jealous that he can't stand it, yeah. Yeah, you came in there with your poses, yeah, but you made a big idiot out of yourself, yeah. And speaking of idiot things, what about that stupid idea? Did you forget that one? Think back. That right there sealed your fate. Yeah, that put the madness over the edge. But I'll tell you what felt even better, yeah, was in the dressing room, in the first aid room. Me being unselfish, yeah, said go ahead, do the thing, yeah. You won't steal my thunder, no. When you take a look at the madness's eyes, all you're gonna see is complete and utter rage!